Welcome back to another video. It's Aleksi here. So in this video I want to talk about God or walk you on your faith journey with God. And when you're going on your faith journey, you're gonna go through obviously trials, tribulations, everything, challenges, to grow you. And you need to, when you're in these situations, you need to kind of understand and not like doubt God. And as soon as God makes an environment for you, arranges something for you as a challenge, and you must not like develop these like notions and imaginings about God, and that something is extremely like wrong that he does. In a sense that like when people face challenges, they usually become extremely weak. They have low stature, and due to this, they kind of end up developing these imaginings like, oh, God doesn't like me, or God doesn't love me, or has God abandoned me, or like why am I not blessed already? And people kind of expect things to just happen with God, that like, oh, I'm meant to have all these blessings without growing at all as a person or whatever. Like that's what people expect from like God. A lot of times they do like these transactional relationships, and they don't really understand how God works, and they don't really accept God's orchestrations and arrangements in actuality, because they don't understand that God has set up these environments for you to grow. And know that when you pursue God and the truth, God never will actually like abandon you as long as you're good and pursuing the path and trying to become better and rid of your corruption. God is never like there, even if it feels silent. God has not inherently abandoned you, and never will, as long as you're pursuing the truth properly. And that's the point, is like, as long as you seek and pursue the truth, you'll be fine pretty much. Avoid making big mistakes, and obviously going against the truth. That's the whole point. And when you're going through these trials and tribulations, you must keep your true faith, and you can't really like, this is obviously something to develop through these trials and tribulations, true faith as well. That's something that you need to develop over time. And the most important thing for you to know is that you don't like back down in these challenges, but you go through them so you can grow and become stronger and better. Because every time you go through them, you'll become stronger, and it gets easier and easier. And that's how you develop into that person God wants you to be. And that's how you come to understand the truth in yourself, and how to get rid of your corrupt dispositions. Because a lot of times in life, people are extremely weak on their faith journeys, and they fall into temptations very easily. And sometimes these mistakes are for you to learn from, but some mistakes could obviously be avoided. Like obviously temptations, you have all kinds of environments. It depends on your circumstance, of course. It could be just family life, or like financial issues, whatever it is. Like maybe you're arguing with your wife, who knows. Like all of these are challenges for you to face and to grow from. And everything God arranges for you is proper, and it's for your growth, and you need to understand and submit to it, and not be like upset about every situation, because that's not a good stature to come from, is being upset and kind of like then end up blaspheming or condemning God or complaining about God because he arranged something for you that doesn't suit your notions and imaginings about like how your life should be, and how being under God should be just peaceful and enjoyable all the time. And that's not really the case at all. Like life does have ups and downs, and especially when you start your faith journey, you're gonna have those like ups and down moments where it's like you're gonna go through challenges, then you maybe have a little bit of rest, and then go through another challenge. And you're never gonna be staying stuck to your comfort zone if you're seeking God, because God is gonna push you out of your comfort zone and grow. And at some point it does get easier to grow, because once you hit a certain point, you're gonna be at a point where like it doesn't, like the challenges that you used to like face you don't face you anymore, and you're gonna be able to breeze through those and be in peace and joy and calm. And that's the whole point, is for you to grow to that point where you can handle these challenges and not be faced by every small little environment that comes in front of you. And that's the beauty of growing with God, is you become that person God wants you to be, and God knows exactly what you need to be, better than you know yourself what you need. And that's why he arranges certain things for you, and that's why you need to understand and not be upset about it and complain about God. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say in this video. Is when you're on your faith journey and growing with God, don't be afraid of these challenges and everything else. And don't certainly complain about God or misunderstand God because of some small challenge you face when you're on your faith journey, because that's not at all what people should be doing. A lot of people do that, they kind of turn evil because of God giving them one challenge and they had to grow from it, but they didn't take it. So that's how they kind of end up, is they kind of end up evil or misunderstanding God or complaining and so on. But if there's a will, there's a way. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was kind of short and sweet, but I think it got to the point. You probably understood what you needed. And when facing challenges with God. One of my subscriptions is in the description as well. Thank you for watching.